everyone. I'm sending you all so much love and light. In this video, I'm going to talk about angels and what they're capable of in terms of being on your team, because we all have angels and they're part of our team. When I refer to my guides, I'm referring to my team, like my angels and my guides, because they're very much intertwined and they work together. And I'm going to share an experience I had after I filmed my last video. I never asked them to show me signs, really, because they give me signs constantly without asking, but it was almost like they wanted me to ask, right? They wanted me to see what they could do. It was like I was compelled to ask them, and so I did, and they really delivered. So I guess so I talked about this in my last video, but I'll mention it again, that your angels can interfere with Earth, right? Like they can appear here and you don't usually realize that they're appearing here, or they can manipulate like the matter on Earth. Like they have more abilities in terms of interacting with Earth. So, and then your guides are kind of like the beings that are guiding you that aren't angels, are kind of like the masterminds. They nudge, they can contribute to the development of things happening around you by nudging people. And it's also intertwined, they really work together, and we're all one and we're all connected on the other side. So trying to like separate them is, in their roles, is hard, but they do have different abilities. My guy, they've told me that. And I've channeled angels and my guides and different beings and Jesus, and they've all had they were all able to tell me things from different perspectives in a way, but the consensus is we're all one, we're all connected, and you have a team that you chose before you came here, but also that the beings very much depend on the life you're going to live. If you're going to live a very complicated, hard life, as my guides told me today, you're going to pull out the big guns. You're going to have some of the more advanced beings on your side helping you throughout your entire life because of that. And there are things online, and I asked my guides about this, that say archangels can't be your guides. They can be your guides. It depends on the life you're living and what you chose before you came here. Because I had already found out a couple months ago that Archangel Michael was one of my guides. And so I had worked with him and channeled him and talked to him. And I get communication clearly. I don't think he's lying to me. And again, there's going to be people who say Archangel can't be part of your team. They can't. It depends on the life you're living. And when you think about it, look what I can do. I can channel beings. I can see and feel energy. Like, of course, like my team said, I pulled out the big guns. I wanted really big, powerful beings by my side because I need more help energetically, because I'm an empath and I'm constantly in tune with everything. And Jesus, I talked to Jesus this morning. He told me that the more connected you are to source, the more you can do the things that I'm doing. You're gonna feel the stark contrast of Earth and how low density, like the low density of it, the negative energy of it. And so that's gonna impact you more. So of course you're going to need archangels and more advanced beings to help you balance your energy from the other side. Like we need to be doing it here, but there's a whole team on the other side helping you as well. It's very synergetic, and you're all working together closely. So I did want to dispel that myth, because I read that, and I asked my guides when I read that, and they were like, no, it depends on the life you're living. How much help do you need in this life? And then that depends on who's going to be your guides. It's very much dependent on the life that you choose. You choose your team, but it also depends on how much help you're going to need. And so of course it makes sense for me. I humbled myself. I was humbling myself, and I had so much gratitude for their help. And that I was able to have such a great team to help me, you know? Like I really try to humble myself as much as I can, because my biggest fear is like my ego is going to get in the way and I'm going to become like I don't know, like a narcissist. And my guides always tell me, like, you are not capable of that. That will not happen. If anything, you need to have more confidence and feel more self-worth. So, but I think it's good advice because our egos can get in the way. And I think it's very good to humble yourself and show gratitude. And gratitude is the key to unlocking everything with the other side. They appreciate it, right? It's an energy exchange. That gratitude feeds them in a way, you know, like it's that love and that gratitude. It makes the connection stronger for you, and it unlocks something within you that allows that frequency to just flow. And I was talking to my team about that too. Gratitude is the key that unlocks everything, not just communication with your guides. It is truly the key. It is the frequency of love that unlocks so many things while we're here on earth. Having gratitude, even when you think about it in your daily life, having gratitude for the food you're able to eat, that you have a roof over your head, you know, like gratitude is so important while we're living these lives on earth. And it's hard to do because a lot of us have hard lives, but having gratitude for, like I talked about in my last video, suffering, right? Like gratitude for that experience, gratitude for the experiences we have in this life, because we cannot do those things at home. We are love and light beings. We can only experience the higher vibrational energies at home. And so we love to come to schools and have the stark contrast because we can't do that at home. So yeah, it's very important. Gratitude is so important. And every time I show my team gratitude, instant buzzing all over my body. Like they are literally like enveloping me with love because of that gratitude that I'm showing them. It's like me and my team, it's such a synergistic, like we're working together and we're very much intertwined, and it's such a beautiful relationship. And I hope that my advice and my videos help in some way, that it's help in a way that you can open up that communication with your team, because it's a beautiful friendship and relationship, and they know you so well. They know you better than you know yourselves, and it's beautiful. But I'm going to share what the experience after I asked them for a sign. They delivered within like 12 hours. And it's so funny that the experience I shared about my angels in the last video was with my angels at the post office. And you can go back and watch it, but it was like my angel appeared to me as a human and at the post office and did something that was so small but really impacted my life. It really made me feel better and got me back on track to being able to do all my, connect with them and do all those things. But so I was on my way to the post office. So the irony, right? Like I don't ever go to the post office anymore because I'm not really running my business online. But I opened it up again. I've been selling like not that many things, like I want to be able to handle everything in my life and make these videos and communicate. I want to have the time to do these things. So I had not been to the post office in a really long time. And so I was on my way to the post office and I was listening to ABBA, the band ABBA, and I had 60 songs on a playlist. And the song came on, I Have a Dream. It was I Have a Dream, and there's only two ABBA songs there are 3 ABBA songs that have the word angel in it, but only 2 of them were on my playlist. So only two ABBA songs with the word angel. And I was in deep thought when I was driving, and I was already kind of communicating with them, and I was thinking about how making these videos breathes life into me. It literally does. Like talking about source and God and my angels and my, like all of this really is my passion. And it took me a very long time to realize that, but it truly breathes life into me. And I was thinking about that. And as I was thinking about that, the lyric came on that said, I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. Okay. And so I'm already laughing that I'm in mid thought about this, and that line comes on. And the next line is, I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me. But it's all happened so fast. The second angel, literally perfect timing down to the millisecond. I'm driving on it's 1 a.m. I'm driving on my way to the post office. I was going to put the things in the box. I realized there was a bunny in the road, and it all happened so fast. And I'm so deeply, I love animals. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. Okay. So I do not want to harm an animal. Okay. Like, I take it very seriously, and I ran the bunny over, and at the exact moment I hit the bunny and I felt a thump. I hit the bunny, the word angel in that lyric, that second angel in the lyric. Perfect timing. And I braked. It was 1 a.m. No one was on the road. I braked, and I'm like instantly sobbing and crying. And I'm like, how could this have happened? And I look in my rearview mirror, and the bunny is hopping like nothing happened. So I jump out of my car and I look at it. The bunny is totally fine. I'm vibrating as I tell this story like a miracle. Like, the bunny is totally fine. No harm to it. Totally fine. Hopping away like it never happened. I'm looking in the road. I'm looking at my car for any kind of evidence. Nothing. I hit this bunny. Okay. I know I did. I felt the thump. I hit it. And it was like it never happened. And as this is all happening, I'm basically communicating with them without words, in the form, like, I call it downloads, but it was like an extended download of 4 minutes. And I'm being bombarded with all this love, and we're having this conversation without words in this beautiful way of how they're showing me that this is them showing me that they're real, and they're here, and they're always here with me, and I never need to doubt myself, and miracles are real, and that's like showing me that I'm right where I need to be, because that's what they're capable of, right? Like, they're capable of doing whatever needs to be done to keep us on track if we open up this communication, this belief, like this connection with them. They can do these things, and they brought a bunny back to life right in front of my eyes. Like, I'm telling you, this really happened. And so I'm just crying, and like gratitude that the bunny's alive. And I talked about when I communicate with them without words, it's a beautiful communication. It is like a knowing, and I'm intertwined with them, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful way to communicate. And so then I get back in the car, and I'm like processing it. And right after that song, the next song to come on was Angel Eyes by ABBA. And again, there's 60 songs on this playlist. It was on shuffle. There were only 2 songs on the playlist with the word angel in it. Okay. So the timing of all, what? I'm just in amazement at all of this, and I'm laughing, and I'm having this kind of like synergistic conversation with them about love, and like just everything they're capable of, and just in such amazement. It was so beautiful. And I'm driving to the irony of that, I'm driving to the post office. In my last angel experience I just talked about earlier that day was at the post office, and just the timing of it all, and just beautiful. And basically I'm just basking in the love while I'm driving to the post office. It's truly, I'm just basking in their love, and we're having this shared funny, loving moment, and they're proving to me that they're real. And I pull into the post office, and then the song to come on after that was Thank You for the Music by ABBA. And then I knew in that moment, it was like the humor, like they were like, we used music, we used music to be part of this, experience. But it was so many more, like, communicating in this way is so many layers, and it's just beautiful. And it was also like they were showing me that making my videos is my music, and it's how I get out all these things, like these messages and all these things. That's how it's my music. Like, I in my spirit, as much, really all the time, I'm communicating with them, channeling writing message, you know, it's just like my life. And then I make these videos and it is like my music. And it was just so, so beautiful, such a beautiful experience. And I was like, I knew I had to share it. I knew they wanted me to share it because they literally brought a bunny back to life, like right in front of my eyes. It was absolutely beautiful. And ever since then, I've been so many things. Like, I don't even know how to go into them, but another archangel on my team showed himself to me, and I had no idea who he was. And I feel like I need to talk about him because I think he's an underutilized archangel. Because even if these angels aren't part of your team, you can call on them and they will help you, you know, like and in my next video, which I'm going to try to film after this and then post shortly after, I'm going to talk about who we are as beings on the other side and kind of how it's possible that we can be all these places at once. Because, I mean, time doesn't exist, but it also has to do with who we are as beings. And again, I'm going to do my best because it's hard for us to understand these concepts, but I have some like images and stuff. So that will be my next video, and I'm going to probably post it a couple days after I post this one. But Archangel Zadkeil, he showed himself to me, and I had no idea who he was. He showed himself to me as a purple light when I was meditating. And it wasn't anything like, you know, it wasn't like this super amazing vision, but it was just like a purple light. And then I started having this conversation, and it was Archangel Zadkeil, and I had no idea who he was. And apparently he works with Archangel Michael a lot. Like they're very much synergistic archangels, and they kind of like team up. And so it makes sense that the two of them would be on my team, right? And and Archangel Michael is so well known, but I think a lot of people don't know I had no idea. I knew who Archangel Michael was, but I had no idea who he was, and he's on my team, and he's been helping me for a long time, like my life. He's basically was telling me he's been helping me my whole life, and it made so much sense, right? Because I posted a video about an energy transmutation and how we are as light workers and empaths and people who are advanced souls. Our role is to transmute negative energy into positive energy, and the more conscious we are of it, the more powerful it is, but we are doing it naturally all the time. He is the angel of energy transmutation. That is literally what he's like specializes in. And so it made sense because he was the one explaining all of this to me, and I had no idea it was him. And like I was just talking to my team, my guides, and it was very much him. And he also kind of explained to me how I don't realize I'm absorbing other people's energies, and when I get real low sometimes, or like when my senses get overwhelmed, I'm absorbing other people's energies and I'm not realizing it, and it's affecting me. And so he was kind of explaining that to me, like he helps with that. And I had a moment where I don't realize it's happening, and I think that's what he's trying to help me with, is to realize sometimes when I'm feeling like that, it's actually not my emotions. I've absorbed someone else's, and I need to transmute it. I need to get it out. Like I need to transmute it into positive and put it back into Gaia. Like if I'm more conscious of that, then I will feel better. But so I was in the state where I had absorbed a bunch of negative energy, and I was doubting myself. And this was after the bunny thing too. That is something I struggle with, is doubt and confidence. And I can do all these amazing things and I still struggle with it. And so if you struggle with things like that, or believing that things are real, I have so much proof and I still struggle. So it's a real issue as humans it's like our ego constantly wants to keep us down. And so we have to keep it in check and try to believe in ourselves and believe in each other and believe that all of this is possible and all of this is real. But I was in a really bad state of mind, and I realized, he explained to me that I had just absorbed a crap ton of someone else's negative energy. I won't go into details, but it made sense. And I was asking for a sign. Again, I asked for a sign. Maybe I'm getting a little too like overzealous because they showed me they literally brought a bunny back in front of me. But I asked them for a sign, and I was closing my eyes and I was meditating. And I've talked about my visions sometimes. This was an amazing vision. It's like in 5D when I get visions like that. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so colorful and vivid and real. And it was just visions when I get them when I'm in deep meditation like that, really like focused. Just beautiful, beautiful. But I asked for a sign and I saw this violet flame, this beautiful violet flame. I thought it was like a portal, at first, but it was like, oh, it's just like, no words can describe it because it was inhuman. You know what I mean? Like, it was like nothing can really describe it, but the closest thing to it was like a violet encompassing flame. I mean, but it wasn't a flame. It was like fluid. I don't know. It was beautiful. But I took that as the sign face value, right? Like, I didn't really question it. And I think his feelings were a little hurt because I didn't make the connection that he was showing he was with me, right? Like, it was Archangel Zadkeil's flame. That's what it was, but I didn't make the connection. And I was just like, oh, what a beautiful vision, like, because it was so unearthly. And I was like, that, I mean? That was like, that's enough proof for me. Like, it was crazy. It was such a beautiful, crazy vision. And I felt better. And, and then, like, I think he was like, why didn't she make the connection? It was me. So then, like, 15 minutes later, I got this big download where he was like, hello, like, I was showing you, I'm with you. I'm like one of your, I'm on your team. I'm one of your angels. And you asked me to, because I think I asked to prove that my angels were with me in that moment. Maybe, I think that was what I asked. And I got this download about, it was like, hello, like, it's me. Why didn't you make the connection? Like, I'm showing you my flame, like, like, and I was like, oh my God. And that's another proof, right? That I saw his flame and didn't realize it was his flame. How can you make that up? Like, if anything, it proved it even more that he's real and this is all real, like, it almost helped the doubt. It helped the doubt because I didn't realize it was him and his flame until they sent me the download that's what was happening. But the two of them are beautiful, beautiful beings, and you can call on them whenever you want. You can call on Jesus. You can call on any of these archangels, angels, ascended masters. You can call on any of them and they will help you, because as beings on the other side, we can be multiple places at once. And I will explain that more in my next video because it makes sense. It'll make sense when I explain it. And again, I'm doing my best with what they showed me because I made some pictures. I used Gemini AI to make some like pictures, and I'm going to show them. And it doesn't even come close, I think, to what we look like, but it's just what they showed me in my visions, and the best I could do with what we experience here. I made pictures, so it's a good tool to explain it. That's the best way I think to put it. It's a good tool to explain it. So that'll be my next video. But yeah, if you don't know anything about archangels, look them up, because they are very powerful beings. Like, Archangel Michael is such a calming presence. He's like my protector. I can feel like he's my protector. He protects me from like negative energies, and they tell me all the time, like, I have nothing to worry about, because I've opened up this communication. I'm so surrounded by love and light. Like, like, it's good for me to do protection, like, like before I go into anything, like strengthening that protection around me. But they said I'm so protected with love and light because I am constantly engaging in these powerful, loving light beings. And you can harness that too if you call on these angels, because they will be right by your side. Like, I honestly feel like, this is what I feel like, Archangel Michael's on my left and Archangel Zadkeil's on my right, and they're working together. Like, it sounds funny. And Jesus, when I channel him, he always comes in on the right. But yeah, that's how it feels like when, like, it's weird. They like come in at different places. I don't know why that is, but they do. But maybe it's where their energy is in the room around me, I don't know. I guess I'll have to ask them and I'll get back to you. But they do come in different areas. I will use my rods. I will do an experiment, use my rods, and because I don't have them with me, and I'll ask where they are when I'm talking to them, see if it like correlates, see if it makes sense. But I have, which is so funny, I've been shoveling these in my hand. Hematite, which is related to Archangel Michael, and amethyst for Archangels Zadkeil. And funny that they left, right, how they come in. But I had to do a really hard meeting and with for my daughter, and I was very nervous, and I just asking them for courage and strength. First of all, Archangel Michael always, when I talk to him, he says the courage and strength is already within you. I am just reminding you it's there. But you can call on them for them to remind you of your courage and strength. And Archangel Zadkeil is very much about emotional healing and finding compassion for yourself and others. And, you know, but they told me they work together. Like their abilities and what they stand for are very much synergistic. Like they go hand in hand. And so that's why they work together a lot. But if you're struggling with the connection, holding their stones, and there are other stones that they are associated with. But is it just for us? I'm not sure, but it works. They told me it works. And right before this meeting, I called on them. I was holding these stones during the meeting. I felt them literally just all around me. I felt they were truly there during the whole meeting. And the meeting went well. It went really great. And I don't know. It was like they were like really like made themselves known. Like, because I don't always like actually like feel them, you know, like it comes and goes, and they'll like send bursts of energy through me when they like want me to understand something, or like the gratitude's a big thing. When you show gratitude, they will literally bombard me and my whole body vibrates. But during this meeting, I was holding these stones. I'm vibrating now, like, because I almost like I think they might be being funny. But yeah, they were like literally like I could feel them right on each side of me. Like, so you're all capable of calling on these beings, and they will help you. I mean, truly. They want to. That's where they want me to talk about them, because they are underutilized. Like, I think that they're underutilized. Archangels, your guides, you know, like that's why they want me to talk about them, and just to let you know that they're real and to open up communication, because they want to help and they are underutilized. And Earth is a hard place, and we can use all the help we can get. So you just try to show gratitude for your guides and your angels and your team, and they will make themselves known, and they will get messages to you, and they will prove that they're real. But I guess I'll end there. They love you, and I love you. And if you have any questions or want to share anything in the comments, please don't hesitate. And I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you so much for watching.